Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Get a Clue podcast. I'm DeAndre Boychuk. I'm here with my co-host Chase Arnold. We're just out here in the chin of Regina, residing in my location today. So, Chase, you want to let everyone know what we're going to talk about today?
Yeah, we're gonna touch on a lot today. I think it's gonna be a pretty full episode, pretty eventful. We're gonna get into our team and player of the week as per usual. Cover the latest NHL news, everything that's happened this last week, and then we're gonna cover the NHL trades. Some trades happened already. Unfortunately, we were hoping to get some predictions out before that, but that's okay. We got some predictions, and we got how we feel about those trades, and some more guys that we think could go. And yeah, and then at the end, we're going to split a championship pie and kind of predict how much of a chance every team we think has a chance of winning the Stanley Cup. So,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we're going to start off with our player of the week. Do you want to start us off?
Yeah, my player of the week, I'm going with Dala Bill Kirill Kaprizov. 10 points in his last four games. Minnesota's looked good. They're hot. They're all just kind of buzzing. Boldy's officially back in the lineup tonight, too. So it's just going to accelerate their squad and just in time, too, right before the Olympics. So that's my player of the week. And
Yeah,
yeah.
I like that. I like that. I got kind of similar. I got Tage Thompson. Was on a kind of a tear there. He had 9 points in 4 games, including five of them being goals, I believe. So that's pretty unreal for him. And my team of the week, we might be the same here. I'm not sure, but I got the Anaheim Ducks, who have been super hot lately. They were on kind of a skid there, but they're clearly a better team than they were showing, and I think they're going to start to turn up. They got 6 wins in a row. So
Yeah, no, I was I'm going with the exact same team. I'm going Anaheim. That's also one of my favorite teams. They're my top three. I'm Oilers, Utah, Ducks. So I love seeing them get hot again. But also it was looking like it was going to be Tampa for me for the little while there. Then they had that one loss. So it was kind of him and Han between the two. But yeah, I'm going Anaheim. They like we were talking about earlier. They're a little bit streaky this year. Get hot and get cold, but that's just what happens with a young team. So
yeah, no, for sure, I like that. I think that Anaheim's they're young, so they're unproven, but I think they're starting to showcase what they can do.
no, 100%.
Any NHL news you wanted to touch on?
Yeah, I think the first piece I wanted to throw out was the Mitch Marner return.
Oh yeah,
Comes back. So first time he steps on the ice, gets booed like crazy. I mean, that
yeah,
was kind of expected. Like I didn't expect them to give him necessarily a standing ovation, but he did get a pretty good round of applause during his tribute video and everything. So
yeah,
he did mean a lot to the city. I think it's kind of interesting to see how bad Toronto's been this year without him. I don't know if that's 100% attributed to Mitch Marner
yeah.
or if there's other things going on, morale based in the locker room or whatnot. But yeah, no. Did you watch the game or anything like
Yeah,
that?
I caught a bit of it. Yeah, I thought that was pretty cool. The remembering him video that was pretty awesome. Um, he was way more impactful than the fans want to give him credit for,
Mhm.
and it sucks that they drove him out of town because he's like a top 15 player in the league. So, but yeah, it was cool to see them honor him, but it does kind of suck to see him get booed still. But
Yeah,
I guess he's on the other team, so yeah.
yeah. Even the fans went down when he was playing against Toronto for the first time in Vegas. There was like a bunch of Toronto fans that went down there, booed him. That was a good game too. I think it was
Mhm.
6-5. Vegas ended it just before overtime, or like
Yeah.
really quickly into overtime, or something like that. So, and I don't actually remember who won the game in his return to Toronto. I can't recall, but
I think Vegas won.
yeah, I
I
think
don't.
so
Vegas
too.
won, but Marner didn't get any points. I'm pretty
Yeah, I
sure.
don't think he had any in the game when they played in Vegas as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, good to see him doing well in Vegas. I think they got a good shot at the Stanley Cup this year. So we'll
I
get to
agree.
that during
I
the
agree.
Stanley Cup pie though.
Yeah. Another thing I wanted to bring up was a big point of news here. Lacombe replaces Seth Jones on the Olympic team.
Hmm.
I know you had some strong feelings about this, so I'm curious to what you think here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm kind of shocked that it's not Adam Fox. Like you're seeing a lot in the news right now. All these people are kind of in an uproar about Lane Hudson not making the team. I kind of understand it. I haven't heard like especially when you look like the size and you kind of have the two dynamic players in Hughes and Werenski. Like I don't think he's going to play above those two. Yeah, so that makes it really difficult. But yeah, I haven't heard anything about why Adam Fox didn't get the call. Maybe they don't think he's going to be healthy in time by then. Maybe he murdered Billy Guerin's dog or something one time, but
Hopefully
I,
not.
I don't know what it is. I don't know how he's left off this roster.
Yeah.
He's one of the best defensemen in the NHL, so
Yeah, I was pretty surprised still. Like the fact that he got left off once and then again is pretty crazy. I think Lacombe's deserving though.
Mhm.
Do you think he's an upgrade over Jones? Or do you think
That's
it's
an
kind of do
interesting
you think it's kind
question,
of flat?
actually.
Do you think?
Yeah, I think it's pretty
Hmm.
flatlined, especially since Seth Jones' game is like if this was Chicago Seth Jones, especially in his last year there, I would have said maybe Lacombe. But he's had a pretty good year last year with Florida, the last bit there. Then he's played good this first half, obviously getting the nod for the Olympic team.
Yeah.
So, but yeah, I would say it's pretty flatlined. I do like Lacombe's game. I think he's going to mature into a pretty good defenseman. I don't know if he was worth the contract they gave him. Time will tell. But
Yeah.
yeah, I don't mind this pickup for the U.S. all in all.
Yeah. While we're on the Olympic topic, I was thinking about Team Sweden here because
Hmm.
they have 5, 6 injuries that have happened that look like they're going to be long injuries that keep these guys off the Olympic roster. I mean, Zibanejad, William Nylander, the list goes on. Um, so it'll be interesting to see who their replacements are and if they do miss, how this team will shake out at the Olympics.
Yeah, and the guy that I was probably the most excited to see at this Olympics overall, besides maybe Macklin, was Leo Carlsson
Yeah.
for Sweden. I thought he was really gonna. He's been taking that big jump all season for Anaheim. Um, Kind of had like that slow skid there the last little while when they were going through that slow point, and they've been doing good without him too. So, seen some guys taking those elevated roles, but it would have been nice to see him representing his country at the Olympics. So big bummer. But who do you think's going to replace him? Because I was kind of looking. So
I don't know.
I
Um,
don't think they have the players of those caliber that they're losing to replace. You know what I mean? I think
yeah.
Sweden's definitely taking a hit in the Olympics now, especially in the power rankings going
Mhm.
into it. So
I mean, it definitely helps that they did have some guys that were on the fringe. Like I could see Zetterlund getting on the roster. I could see um, I'm blanking now, but there's a couple more guys on Sweden that we talked about in those first episodes there that
did Eklund get a nod?
no,
No, so
Eklund
he
as
could
well.
be.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe they could just get rid of Holmberg while they're at it because I don't know how he's on the team still. But
I actually seen an
yeah.
interesting stat the other day. I can't remember exactly what it was. It might have been some defensive forward analytic of some kind. I can't remember the exact analytic, but he was top five in the NHL for it. So I was like,
Oh
maybe
wow.
somebody's seen that and they were like, this
Yeah.
guy's going to be our penalty kid.
The
He's,
underground stats, eh?
yeah, I guess, yeah. I mean, it's still crazy some of the guys they left off the
Mm,
roster for him, but
yeah.
yeah. Speaking while we're on the Olympic topic, I had some other things. I don't know if you've seen the arena or not.
Yeah, it looks like it's in rough shape.
Yeah, I
So,
the dressing rooms. I give them a bit of credit. That it has gone a long way in the last like
mhm.
month or so from it being like an outdoor pond to kind of having stadium and everything. I was kind of confused. I don't know how the Olympics has to be set up for the IHF, but there's a huge like between the front row. Like there's no glass seats or anything like
Mhm.
that. It seems. Apparently the dressing rooms. I haven't seen too much on them. The last I heard, they weren't in great shape, but. Do you think if it is a smaller ice surface that like they're saying, I'm not too sure what it's going to be like yet, how much of an advantage or a disadvantage do you think that's going to put some countries or some teams?
I think the more skilled teams will struggle more. Obviously, a
Really?
bigger ice is easier for those faster, better teams to just dominate. I don't know if you saw the picture of the neutral zone as well,
Hmm.
like tiny, tiny. I don't know if that's going to stay like that, but it was like the blue lines were like me to you apart. So,
Yeah.
but yeah, it was pretty. I don't know. It's in rough shape. Those dressing rooms don't look great.
Because I could see like somebody say like a Nathan McKinnon, for example. I could see him doing really well just because he's got such
Hmm.
a quick first three steps.
Yeah,
I think the smaller ice, he might be able to catch defenders a little bit easier. He
true.
would do great on the big ice too,
Yeah,
as
yeah,
Nathan McKinnon. But like say somebody maybe like an Evgeny Malkin who like takes a bit longer to wind up, like
yeah,
maybe they wouldn't have as much of an advantage out there. But
for sure.
I think a team that's really going to bolster their way into this too. Now with Sweden having all these injuries, I think Team Czechia really has a
Yeah.
shot at putting their name kind of in. They've already stamped their name in that IHF kind of top five countries already. So I think they really have a chance to take over as one of the best countries in the next coming years. And these Olympics could prove it now.
Yeah, I agree completely. Back to the NHL, I got two little points to touch on, and then I'm good to move on. I got Josh Doan getting his extension in Buffalo. He got a $6.95 million deal over 7 years. How do you feel about that? I think it's a decent contract. It's quite a bit of money for someone who's not fully proven, but he's been hot. He's been hot in Buffalo, so
Yeah, you stole one of my points of news too. Um, I like this contract. Seen a little comparison the other day of him and his 23-year-old season compared to his dad and his 23-year-old season. And yeah, he had a lot better projected stats. We'll see if he continues that pace. But I think this contract could turn out good for Buffalo. I think those kids that come in with like that NHL kind of background, Josh Stone was around the locker room a lot. I think they just kind of know the systems a little bit better. And he's, like you said, he's been hot this season. He's had one hell of a start, I guess, already first half. And
Yeah, crazy.
yeah, it is crazy how fast the season's flying. But I think he's going to be a great hockey player going forward, and especially people don't seem to want to stay in Buffalo or come to Buffalo. So to be able to lock him up for 7 years, it seems like
Yeah,
he likes it there. So
yeah.
I think that's great for the team.
I think he definitely liked that they wanted him when they traded Paterka. Like Doan was the guy that they really, really wanted. So yeah, I like Josh Doan. I liked him quite a bit in Arizona, but obviously when they relocated, it just made sense to upgrade, and
Mhm.
they clearly have. But Josh Doan is also a very solid player. Do you got anything else?
No, I guess just kind of piggybacking off this, just looking at it now, who would you say won that trade between Utah and Buffalo going
What
Paterka
what
for
was the
Doan?
full trade?
Let me look it up here. I know Paterka and Doan were the two big pieces in
Yeah.
there. I don't remember if there was picks.
I would fully take Paterka over Doan still. But I'm pretty sure there were picks going back to Buffalo. So
If you just, yeah, let's just go based on those two players.
while you look that up, I just want to talk about the
Oh,
Canucks.
right, that's what it was. It was Paterka. Sorry, 1 second. It was Paterka went to Utah for Kesselring and Doan.
Oh yeah, Kesselring, yeah.
There was no picks that went.
Oh yeah. I would still take Utah's side. I think Paterka's a stud, so Kessering's good too though. So
Hmm.
I think it was a fair trade even when it happened. Like I think initial thoughts, people thought Utah kind of won by a lot, but Doan was a good prospect and Kessering is a good D man, and they needed some good shutdown D men. So
Hmm.
who do you think won that trade?
I think it's tough. I think it could you could really make the argument both way. Like Paterka's been good in Utah. I think he could have. I think they expected maybe a little bit more out of him. And Josh Doan has kind of exceeded expectations a little bit, but I do think Paterka is still going to end up becoming the better player
Mhm.
overall. So I think Utah will win this one.
I agree.
But I also do like Michael Kessering. Shout out the King.
Yeah, the King. I was surprised they traded him. They really liked him there. So
Yo, yeah, the media team loves
yeah.
him.
I want to talk about the Canucks. They snapped their 11 game losing streak, which is a bad thing. Maybe they need to lose more games. Just keep losing.
And
Sell the farm, which we'll get into. But yeah, I mean they gotta lose games. They gotta lose games and go get McKenna, Verhoff, or Stenberg for sure.
in that game they won, I believe it was Blake that gave the veterans the kick in the ass right before in the press conference. He
Yeah,
said they're the ones that need to step up and do something. I think that was like Connor Garland finally scored his
yeah,
first goal since like November something. Um, but yeah, no, they gotta. They like I was kind of entertaining before. I could see that they want to get rid of Pedersen and kind of continue that tank. I could see maybe Pedersen going to somebody who's kind of got already a stacked prospect pool. Maybe kind of trade a pick for him type thing. But we'll kind of see how it plays out.
yeah, for sure.
Get to the draft board. I don't want to get too ahead of myself.
Yeah, so that's all I got for news. If you have anything else,
No, I think that's good.
sounds good. We can move on to our trades. Do you want to talk about the two that have already went down, the two big trades?
Yeah, I think I'll talk about. Let me just pull up them in full here.
Yeah. So Rasmus Anderson went
Do you want to
to
talk about that?
yeah, I might as well. He went to Vegas for White Cloud a first and a second. The second could become a first if they win the Stanley Cup this year.
Mm-hmm.
And prospect Abram Weeb, who I'd know nothing about, if I'm being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Um, but that's a pretty good package. I thought that was a lot for Rasmus Anderson, if I'm being honest. I don't. White Cloud serviceable. A first and a second that could become a first. I guess it doesn't matter if you win the Stanley Cup, but this feels like an all-in kind of move from them.
Yeah, I feel like this is one of those trades that it's pretty decent both ways. Like I like the pickup for Vegas, especially with what's his name out right now. And then like you said, Calgary gets some good pieces and players in return. So I think I like this trade both ways. I just hate that Anderson ends up in Vegas. Like of all teams, Vegas gets another
Yeah.
good player, but yeah, I think it was pretty even. I don't know if I could really say who would win right now, but
I think I'm on the Boston side right now. We'll see how it shakes out, but I liked White Cloud. I think he's a different player than Anderson for sure, and Anderson fills that role that Petrangelo left, obviously more than
That's what I
Whitecloud
think.
does. Um, but a first and a second and a prospect and Whitecloud can get flipped for a first, probably maybe not, but I don't know. Like I think that's a pretty valuable package for a guy that might not re-sign too. So,
Hmm.
but yeah, I mean, did you have any thoughts of where he was going to go before he went to Vegas, or did you kind of already figure he was going to Vegas?
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of, I mean, it was already speculated that he was going there. Like it was kind of in the rumblings. You didn't hear really too many any. I don't know who else would have been kind of the big kind of gunners for him. I know maybe Toronto was shopping him a little bit just because they're kind of looking at Dougie Hamilton, maybe another right-handed D-man. But
Hmm.
yeah, no, kind of Vegas all the way.
Did I say Boston earlier too?
Yeah, I knew what you
Okay, yeah.
meant though.
I meant Calgary because I thought Anderson was going to go to Boston. That's why I
Oh,
was reading my
okay.
notes there.
I could have seen that.
I thought Boston was going to make a little pursuit for a D man there, and I thought they were going to give up Lysell or Poitras and a first.
Hmm.
Um, but ultimately he went to Vegas. And I think it's good. I think it's good for both teams. So
Hmm. Yeah, next trade that already went through, I can kind of start this
yeah,
one off for us. Kiefer Sherwood went to San Jose for a second round pick. This from Vancouver for a second round pick in the 2026 draft, a second round pick in the 2027 draft, and defenseman Cole Clayton.
yeah,
I like this for San Jose. I mean, they kind of need. They already got Revo in the lineup, so Kiefer Sherwood's kind of like that big power forward. He's kind of proven he can score a little bit. Cole Clayton, I didn't really see him getting into this lineup anytime soon. He's kind of
yeah.
been down in the minors for quite some time now. I do like him though. He was a good defenseman in Medicine Hat, and he was serviceable down in Cleveland there when he was down with them for a bit. But yeah, I think Kiefer Sherwood on this young San Jose team, I'm living in the Bay Area. He's going to take another step forward.
Yeah.
I like this for him. I don't know how long he's going to be there, but I like it for the time being.
Yeah, I think the big thing is to extend him. The extension could get kind of expensive. He turned down, I think, a 5 year, $4 million deal. So
Hmm.
you're looking at over 5 million for over 5 years. I'm assuming. But he can. I like that. I like that fit. He kind of feels like a Zach Hyman to the Edmonton, kind of
Hmm.
vibe where he can play that physical brand, but also play first line, second line, and put up a good amount of points.
Hmm.
I think the package was pretty good. I know there were people that thought he could go for a first, so 2 seconds. I would rather trade 2 seconds than one first, in all honesty. And yeah, I think it's a good trade for both teams. Actually, I like that for Vancouver. I think just stockpile the picks and prospects that you like. So and yeah, I originally had him going to Edmonton. Funny enough, I thought that the Oilers could be a team that were interested
Hmm.
in a cheaper player that they probably wouldn't be able to re-sign, but would help them this year. But ultimately, the San Jose Sharks got there first.
Yeah, for sure. Do you want to talk about some players that you think could end up going somewhere and where you might think they'll land?
Yeah, so I mean, there's a lot of guys on the trade board this year, and I've there's a lot that I don't think are actually going to get moved
Hmm.
personally. But is there any particular spot you wanted to start?
Yeah, I think we might as well just start off with the big boy.
Hmm.
Artemi Panarin's been in the conversations right now.
Yeah,
I don't know how I feel about it, but I can kind of see him going to Colorado
yeah,
here.
that's my spot too.
Like they got that championship lineup already. It's just if you bring in somebody like Panarin, is it going to kind of mess things up with the
Hmm.
chemistry? I don't really think so. I think he's kind of somebody he's just that skill player. He doesn't really have that super defensive side of his game. Um, so I think even if you do slot him down on like say a second line somewhere,
Yeah,
he's still going to be able to. You see what he did in New York a couple of years ago. Even when he was in Columbus too, like he was or he was their best player for the
yeah.
season or two that he was there. So I think adding him for the playoffs could be pretty dangerous.
And weirdly enough, Colorado needs power play help, which is kind of crazy. Like I didn't realize how much their power play was struggling. I think it's like 20th or something. Like it's not that bad, but adding Panarin just gives you another spark. Even if he plays second power play, like
Hmm.
that is a big, big addition. So I had him either going to Colorado or Florida. He just feels like a guy that Florida would get for like a fourth round pick or something, like
Yeah,
just
fair.
insane. But Colorado did try to sign him in free agency when he was a free agent and signed with New York.
Hmm.
So I think Colorado is going to make a pretty big run at him. I don't know how they're going to get the money to work. I think Gavin Brindley's got to be in the deal. Probably a first, and then I don't know, maybe like a Colton to make the money work, or you retain Panarin halfway. It's going to be tough because he's making a lot of money, but
Yeah, I could even
Um,
see them getting rid of, say, like maybe Parker Kelly too. Like
yeah,
he's been
yeah,
playing pretty good this year,
yeah.
but
It's
yeah,
tough. You gotta get rid of stuff to gain stuff. So
100%. Yeah, and then there's always that risk factor too. Like if Panarin doesn't work out, and say you get rid of like a Brinley who looks like he could be pretty promising in a
yeah,
couple of years for them, you don't want to start messing with too much of the farm either. But yeah, it'll be interesting to see
yeah.
how that
With how
works.
good they are too, like I feel like it's the time to go all in. Like you don't. I don't know how long this window is going to be open, so
Mhm.
you might as well take a really good run when you're clearly the best team in the league.
No, exactly. Like you see, like even if you are a dominant team, it doesn't mean you can be a dominant team in 5 years. Like things change so much year to year. So yeah, I agree. Just go all in while you're hot and try and get it done.
Yeah. How do you feel about Elias Pettersson? Where do you think he ends up?
Man,
Obviously the good one.
this one's tricky because like I could see him going somewhere like Carolina. I know that's kind of somewhere that you had mentioned as well.
Mm,
I could see Chicago shopping for him.
that'd be interesting.
Um, yeah, I think some team like that really either needs just another star or um, like Carolina. They kind of that's what they've been looking for
Yeah.
however many years is that true starts. Is Elias Pettersson really that true star player? Like, is he better than Seth Jarvis even or Aho? So,
Yeah.
um, but yeah, that was kind of my opinion on that one right off the rip.
Yeah. No, I agree. I think Carolina's going to make a run at him. I think a big thing is he is signed. They
Hmm.
don't have to re-sign him, so it's not going to be another Rantanen situation. But Carolina's also been shopping Kotkaniemi as well, so it's clear that they want to upgrade there. And I
Hmm.
think Pedersen is an upgrade. Clearly, he's not as good as he was supposed to be or was that one year, but he's still a first line player, right? That can
Hmm.
play. Even if he's your second line center with Aho there, that's a disgusting 1-2 punch.
Hmm.
So I could see them trading Kotkaniemi 2027 first because the 2026 was in the Rantanen deal. And then there's been Nishishkin trade rumors, so he could be in it. I'd be pretty surprised. That seems like a really, really good player to give up, but they got some good prospects. Unger Sorum, Noel Gunler, Ivan Rabkin. I mean, they got some good prospects that they can move. I could see them making a pretty big trade this deadline.
Hmm. Yeah, I agree 100%. Kind of an interesting player I wanted your opinion on is Steven Stamkos. Um, they were kind of talking about shopping him at the start of the year, and then he's been on this just fiery streak the last little while. He's just been popping off, so his value's kind of shot up. Where do you think you could see him going? I've heard a lot of rumors of him making his way back to the Bay.
Yeah, there's a lot of teams that should be interested. I think a veteran like him that has the pedigree of winning cups and being a dominant 1A player. I don't think he's going to get traded. I don't think people want to go and get that long-term extension. Nashville's not going to be able to retain that. You can't retain half of his contract for the next 8 years.
Hmm.
So I think he sticks around. I don't think he gets moved. I wouldn't be surprised if he did, but to me, I don't think teams are going to want him, and I don't think Nashville's going to want to retain salary.
Yeah, no, that's right. I don't see him moving either. I just don't think Nashville's going to really want to give him up too, either, unless they get something like really, really pretty. I think they don't see him as part of their future per se, but I think
Hmm.
some of these prospects coming in like Brady Martin next year, even at the
Yeah.
start of this year. I think they kind of rely on him as that more leadership and kind of like give to the next generation. Him and O'Reilly, I think, and O'Reilly's been hot as hell this year, the last little bit, anyways.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's kind of my idea on the
Yeah.
trade.
And if they get another top three pick, I mean, they can make a quick turnaround if that
Hmm.
if that guy's elite. Like you keep Stamkos, Marshall, O'Reilly, you have Martin, and then you have McKenna or Stenberg. Like
Yeah,
they can make a quick turnaround. They got some good players there. So yeah, I don't think they're gonna trade him or Marchessault,
and
who is another guy we were probably gonna get to.
yeah, exactly. But yeah, no, and another thing with Stamkos, I think even as he ages, he's somebody you can just leave on the flank on the power play, and
Yeah,
he's just gonna be able to rip one timers. So
yeah,
always a bit of value for that.
yeah. Look at what Ovi does,
Exactly.
and Stamkos can skate better. So, but
And I
yeah.
think Stamkos, he might have actually just recently got over 600 goals,
Oh
career
really?
goals, I
Wow.
believe. I would have to double check that.
Yeah,
I could be wrong, but
that's pretty dope
I
though.
think he did pass 600 career goal mark.
I think it is more likely Marchessault gets moved. I don't think O'Reilly's going to get moved. I don't
No.
see him wanting out of Nashville. So Marchessault I could see. There's lots of winger needing teams, and he's a good talented player. I kind of think they're going to keep him though. I think Nashville's just going to stay pat and keep losing with all these guys that they got, and hope they bounce back next year with another high pick.
No, that's fair. I don't know where, but I could see them parting ways with Marsh or so. I think they could get a decent package for him in return, and I don't think he's really loved his time that he's had there after coming off that Conn Smythe in Vegas. I don't know who would be willing to pick him up really, or what they would give up for him, but I just think if Nashville got offered something decent, they
Yeah,
would
for
part with
sure.
him.
For sure.
Another interesting one I wanted your opinion on
Mhm.
that you mentioned to me earlier, Luke Shen
Yeah,
and Braden
Luke
Shen.
and Braden Shen. So this is an interesting one. I don't know exactly what this package would look like, but I think Luke and Braden Shen are going to be Toronto Maple Leafs. Luke
I
Shen
like it.
has already been to Toronto a couple times. He's had a couple stints there. I think he likes it there. Toronto tried to trade for Braden last year, and he turned it down, so it is unlikely. But with them pushing to trade him more and more, and him nearing the end of his career, I think he's got to go wherever he can. And I could see this being a Nick Robertson or Maselli kind of trade where you just pick up the older, better player and give up some smaller draft picks, young player. And yeah, I don't know. I could see though. That's my prediction. I think they both go to Toronto. Surprisingly.
I like that. I like that a lot, actually. I could actually see that now that you bring that up. I could actually see that happening too. That makes a lot of sense. Especially bringing up like the Luke Shen. Like, seems like he does like it there going back. I didn't know that about the Braden Shen thing though,
Yeah.
that you brought up that he declined to trade
Yeah.
there. So that'll be interesting to see how that works out if they did go after that again. But yeah, no,
He'd be a really good fit there too. I was really surprised when he got rejected that.
I want to look up his stats quickly too here. I didn't look up Braden's.
Another guy that I could see getting traded for sure is Dougie Hamilton. It's been time for a couple of years now, and I think New Jersey just waited too long. I think that they had value in him, and now there's not really much value. It's kind of more of a salary dump where you might get a fourth and a seventh. And I think a team that has been buying recently could look for another guy. I know I mentioned this before, but I think San Jose goes and gets Dougie Hamilton for a fourth and a seventh, fifth and a sixth, something like that. It's just a small package to really elevate their defense.
Yeah, no, I kind of think the same thing. I think San Jose is gonna be the team that goes after him. Clearly, New Jersey is gonna get rid of him, like he was scratched and everything. So, another team that I just heard rumblings. I don't know how it would work out, money wise, or who they'd really give up. But I've heard Toronto in the mix too for him.
It's interesting.
I don't think he's gonna land in Toronto. I think San Jose kind of seems to be the most pleasing option for him right now, especially that young core that they're building there. He can kind of go and dial in his veteran leadership and presence there, and he's a huge presence on the back end. So
Yeah.
he'll instantly be kind of their number one right-handed guy. Somebody that I wanted to ask, yeah, Nazem Kadri. Let's go there, because this is an interesting one. Because this is somewhere I could
Yeah, it is
just another
interesting.
Colorado one I could kind of see.
Okay, yeah, I like that. If they don't get Panarin, I love a Kadri fit there. I love that.
Because he was there already for, I think, only a season.
Yeah, it was like it was a season or a half season.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
So, and I think he's just kind of that good bottom six player that can fit into Colorado's lineup. Especially they got some of those young guys down there, so maybe having a little bit more of a veteran player. And he is nasty. He scores some filthy goals. He's got gross hands. So, Colorado was kind of the team that, like you said, if Panarin doesn't work out, I don't know if they'll be able to get both.
I like that.
Yeah, that's where I kind of see.
If they get both, they're a lock. They're a lock. Kadri for me, I actually had Montreal picking him up. I really like that Colorado idea though. I never really thought about that. I like a Montreal fit too though. I think they just need some more center help. I think he'd be a good fit. I think he'd blend into the culture well there, and he likes that, not that the big markets. He likes the big markets. I think he wants to be back in that. And yeah, I think Montreal would be a good fit for him.
Yeah.
Another guy that I wanted to touch on, a couple guys actually.
Yeah, you go ahead. I'm kind of.
We're gonna go for the St. Louis guys. Jordan Binnington, Robert Thomas, and Jordan Kyrou. I wanted to just get your thoughts on whether you think any of those guys get moved, and if you would move them if you were St. Louis.
St. Louis, they're in an interesting spot. Like I didn't expect them to be this bad at the start of the season. I don't think I expect them to be a playoff team. But yeah, I think you got to sell off some of them. I don't think you keep everyone. I think maybe Binnington's somebody they hold on to, especially just how hard it is to get good goaltending nowadays.
Yeah.
I'm not saying he's the perfect goaltender, but he has shown stints of being a number one goaltender in the NHL and at the international level. I think Kyrou's somebody that they're probably going to part ways with. He's had a real underwhelming season this year. Robert Thomas is one that's kind of tricky. I think you can get a lot for Robert Thomas,
Yeah.
and especially if they're going to sell the farm and just kind of retool and rebuild. I think you can get a big package for him. So I could see them dishing off Kyrou and Thomas, but I think they're probably going to hold on to Binnington.
Okay. Yeah, I think Bennington is the guy that I think they will move.
Okay.
Just because he's been awful. So I don't know why a team would take a shot, but I think the Montreal Canadiens might take a flyer on him. They have kind of a weird goalie thing going on where they have Jacob Fowler and Dobes back there.
Mhm.
Yeah, their goaltending did not work out how they wanted it to. Montembeault has been bad. So I could see them taking a flyer on Binnington, maybe running a him and Fowler tandem. Binnington's been clutch in the playoffs.
That was also
Yeah, I kind of like that fit.
if I if Binnington does get moved, one of the teams that I did kind of think about possibly was Edmonton.
Oh, yeah.
They're looking for a goaltender. I know they already had that Skinner Jari trade, but Jari doesn't look like he's really fitting in. He's going to be the guy. He's shown flash. He had that nice windmill save the other day.
Yeah.
But I kind of thought maybe Edmonton could take a run at him too. I'm not saying like it just seems like an Edmonton move to go and get Binnington, just
Yeah.
another mid goaltender.
Yeah. I mean, yeah, their defense doesn't help at all, so
No,
it's tough out there.
yeah,
I think they keep Robert Thomas, and I think they keep Jordan Kyrou,
so
but
exact opposites.
yeah, but I think Robert Thomas is just too valuable
Yeah.
to give up. I think you sit on it and just wait for wingers to come up to help. Jordan Kyrou, I don't think they'll get the value back that they want, and I don't think you should sell Jordan Kyrou for a third, or you know what I mean? Like I think you might as well just keep him, really.
Okay.
You might as well just ride it out and see what happens.
Mhm.
Another guy was Vincent Trocheck of the New York Rangers.
Yeah.
He's a guy that I definitely think gets moved, and I have him going to the Minnesota Wild, which I think could be a good fit. I think he could be another Colorado guy, but I think he'd be a good fit. And I don't think Minnesota would have to give up too much. They'd probably have to be one of their better prospects, maybe a Urov or a Height. But I think that would really elevate their center core. He'd probably be your second line center right away.
Yeah, I like that move too because Trocheck's kind of one of those Swiss Army knife players. He kind of does it all. He can win draws too. And you have that high end skill on Minnesota already, like your Quinn Hughes is obviously Boldy and Kaprizov. Tarasenko is kind of just that skilled guy. He's not
Yeah.
out there to do much more other than score goals. So yeah, I do love that trade. I don't know what they would have to give up to get him.
Yeah.
Like you said,
It's kind of a
probably
weird player to project his value.
yeah, but I like that fit in Minnesota definitely.
And like Marcus Foligno the other day, I don't know if you saw that, he was talking about how the bus is just full of young guys.
Mm.
So he's sitting at the back of the bus and he's like telling the young guys to come back because there's no one back there. And the young guys are like, they're scared of him. They don't want to get back there and get beat up. So I think they are going to make another move for a veteran center.
I'd be scared of Marcus Flynn.
Yeah, true. Another guy I think does not get traded is Tuck in Buffalo. I don't see why. He loves Buffalo. He's from there.
He's playing good hockey.
And he's playing good. And Buffalo needs to make the playoffs. It's not a Stanley Cup team, but you got to push. You got to push if you're Buffalo. Break that streak and it doesn't matter. Just make the playoffs. Like every year if you make the playoffs, you have a chance. I think they hold him, and I think that's pretty obvious.
Yeah, I agree with 10,000%. Like you've seen what he would do if the Bills won the Super Bowl. So he
Yeah.
loves Buffalo. He loves being.
Yeah.
Is he from there?
I'm pretty sure he is. I'm pretty sure
That's
he's from
pretty-
Buffalo. I
yeah,
might be
so that's
wrong,
even
but
cooler. So
because I'm pretty sure when they traded for him, it was like, oh, he's gonna stick around because he's from around there. I think.
yeah, and he's been a great player for them too. So on a team that has obviously a lot of prospects, they've been in the
Mhm.
lottery for the last 16 years. So yeah, he's a super good veteran presence on that team. I think he stays.
Yeah. Just a couple more guys to touch on here. I'll run a couple by fast, and then I got two more big ones. Boone Jenner. I think he's going to be an Edmonton Oiler. I think they just give up some sort of prospect late pick. He's having a pretty good year, and he's a old veteran center that has good leadership. I think he goes to the Oilers. I think he does get traded, actually. He's been the captain there for a long time, but eventually you just got to move on and get some value for him. And then Blake Coleman, I think he is a lock to go to Dallas for Maverick Bork and a first round pick.
Ooh.
I believe he's from Dallas, so It'd be a really good fit, and he would fit that culture. He's that kind of guy that could play third line there and be
Mhm.
really, really good.
Mhm.
How do you feel about those? You think both those guys get shopped?
Yeah, I'm just trying to just pondering on that Edmonton Boone Jenner one.
It's a weird fit.
It just seems like such an Edmonton move too.
Yeah,
Like
yeah,
they like to bring
exactly.
in like those older veteran guys.
Yeah.
Sorry, could you just go over that one right after Boone Jenner again, quick? I kind of blanked out thinking about that one.
Blake Coleman
Okay, yeah.
to Dallas
Okay,
for
you said
Maverick Bork and like a first or a second. I'm not sure, but Maverick Bork doesn't carry too much value, so
So he'd be going to Calgary then.
yeah.
I like that for
Bork
Calgary
would be kind
too.
of dope in Calgary, yeah.
Yeah, I do like that.
And then last two I want you to guess where I would have this guy going.
Okay.
Justin Falk of the St. Louis Blues.
Wow.
The only reason I think you should be able to guess this is because I'm in the room.
Is it Detroit?
That's where I think Justin Falk goes. I think he's a Detroit Red Wing.
Really? Who do you think the
See, that's the thing. I think Max Plant could go, and that's a little bit scary, but he's not one of those prospects that's super highly touted for his stats that he puts up. So I could see it happening. I just have a feeling that Justin Falk's gonna be a Red Wing, and I'd be okay with it. It's nothing crazy. Uh, I don't know if I think they do need to upgrade somewhere, and it feels like defense is the way to go. So I would be okay with it. Max Plant feels like a lot. I don't want to do that, but that's just one of the rumors that I saw.
Yeah, I don't mind that pickup for Detroit too, because they it does seem like they kind of got a younger decor. Like ASP, Mo's pretty young still.
Johansson, yeah,
Edvinson.
super young.
So yeah, I like that pickup for Detroit. Yeah, and somebody like Max Pond, like you said, yeah, he's not a super highly touted prospect for the numbers that he does put up. He's been playing on a stacked Duluth team this year, so
Yeah. And then last player I had was Connor Garland.
okay.
I had him going to Utah or Washington. I don't know exactly what Utah would give up. I saw some Cole Boisdan, but whatever. You know who I'm talking about.
Yeah.
I saw some rumors about him. That would be pretty good prospect to give up. And then Montreal, or sorry, Washington. I'm not sure exactly what they would give up, but he gives me vibes that those teams would want him. Just a little pit bull kind of guy.
Yeah, I like that. I would like that Garland coming to Utah. I think he'd fit well in the lineup. I'm a huge Baudouin fan, so I would be upset seeing him go, but he realistically is probably not going to be in the NHL for a little bit. He's probably going to develop his game in the minors for a few years still. So, giving him up to Vancouver, he could probably play a little bit quicker. I don't mind that at all. And getting Garland, he'd fit right in probably into that top six. So,
Yeah.
there's somebody I just wanted to ask you about that we didn't touch about on Edmonton, Mangiapane.
Oh yeah.
Do you think
Yeah.
he'll go anywhere? I don't think he's going to go anywhere, but
It's tough because I think if you move him, you kind of have to upgrade.
hmm,
Like he's got a big contract with them, so if you're moving him, maybe you're the Kadri team. Maybe
yeah,
you're
that's fair.
maybe you make a big push for Robert Thomas. Who knows? Alex Tuck, probably not, but Stamkos.
Hmm.
I think if you're trading Marcia, so it's got to be part of a bigger deal.
And then one other question I just wanted to ask. We're at the end of the draft board. Do you think there's any possibility that you see Detroit going after Panarin,
Yeah, so
reconnecting the
yeah, so
Cats,
I
and
did have that in my notes. I want him to be a Red Wing. I think that'd be disgusting,
I
but
do.
I don't know.
Oh, and Showtime. That'd be a
Yeah,
sick.
Showtime, DeBrincat. I mean, DeBrincat and him never played together, but that's like
No, they weren't there at the same time.
no. But
Okay.
Patty, he can connect them, and they'd be best buds probably. So it'd be cool. I don't think it's gonna happen. Eiserman doesn't make big trades like that, so. But it would be really dope. I want him to be a Red Wing. I think
That'd be cool.
slot him in. I don't know where he plays. They have so many wingers,
And I think he's one of those
but
guys too that has to play. Like he likes the big markets. Like he didn't
yeah,
want to be in Columbus for too
yeah,
long. He likes those like New York, Chicago, Detroit. Like he wants to be kind of like Patrick Kane. Like you're not
yeah,
going to see Patrick Kane go to like a Nashville or anything.
yeah,
He's
exactly.
playing in a big market.
Yeah, he'd look so good in a Red Wings jersey
I
though. Oh
agree
my
too. Yeah, I
God.
think he would. I think that'd be a pretty sick line too.
Yeah, it would. Um, on another note, the Steelers just hired Mike McCarthy, and I am upset. I am
Jason didn't
upset.
know.
Right before we shot this, popped up on my feed, and I was not. I thought I was gonna quit. I thought I was not gonna shoot this today because that is terrible. I mean, every day it just gets harder to be a fan of the Steelers. Whatever. This is hockey, right? So,
While we're on the topic too, Do you have any predictions for it's tomorrow, right? The
Yeah, the
games?
playoff games. Yeah.
Yeah. Crazy thing I seen the other day too, or it might have been this morning. Do you know that like psychologist person that always
Yeah,
goes to any
predicted the
guesses?
Rams thing. Yeah, I
Yeah,
did see that.
Rams and Broncos,
Yeah, I
which is
did.
crazy. I think it's gonna go. My prediction, it's gonna be Rams Patriots.
Yeah. So I don't know. The Seahawks look good. I mean, obviously in both of our brackets. I don't remember what your bracket final was, but I know mine was Rams, Bills, or Texans, who
I
both lost last round. But
I just remember having Rams going all
yeah,
the
you had
way.
Rams. I can't. I think you might have had Broncos
Really?
or something. It was a. I don't know. Maybe you might have had Patriots. That would be crazy.
That'd be nuts.
But yeah, I mean, I agree. I think Patriots work the Broncos. They have their backup QB playing. Unfortunately, Bo Nix broke his ankle. But yeah, I could definitely see Patriots and Rams. But I think the Seahawks are dangerous. I could see. I don't know. I hope the Rams win. I don't want the Seahawks to win.
So I never seen it. I never got a chance to look it up actually either. What happened on the Bo Nix injury?
He just. I don't even. He just broke his ankle.
Because it didn't seem like there was a clip where it was like super
hmm
obvious, like he went down.
Yeah, I'm
Maybe.
not sure because he played on it. I think for the last bit. Um,
Gotcha.
Obviously they just tape it up and give him some whatever icy hot,
Yeah,
whatever
some
magic shit they have.
Kirk Rogers.
Yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, on not football note, yeah, whatever.
Chase
We're,
was pissed.
yeah. Congrats to Indiana. I don't know if we talked about that last pod. They won the national championship. Fernando Mendoza, my dog.
I love that kid. He just
Yeah,
seems he's kind of got that Matthew Schaefer energy. I swear. They just seem happy to be at
golden
the
retriever.
yeah, like just good guys. Like just
Yeah,
want to hang out with them. Mendoza just I don't know. He's always giving praise to his teammates, coaches,
yeah.
everyone that's helped him.
And Kurt Signetti as well. My God, what a coach!
Oh, is that
Like
the guy that's
he
always just
is
dialed?
insane. I remember they showed the text from a couple of years ago when he took over the program and they won some bowl game that didn't mean anything, and his daughter asked him if he was happy and he said no. No. And then she texted him after they won the Natty and he said yes, and that was the first time that they've seen him smile in 3 years or something. He is a dog, man. Indiana was a laughing stock and he turned it around. There's some unreal players on that team.
I love it.
I thought it was funny too. Mendoza's brother went into the transfer portal. I don't know if you saw that. Like he's the backup,
Oh, right, I did see
and
that.
he went into
Yes.
the transfer portal, which I thought was funny. But I mean, yeah, get out of your brother's shadow. I get it.
Just quickly before we move on, is there now that the Natty's done and everything, is there a quick top five that you could give us for the draft?
Yeah. So Dante Moore, who I talked about in one other pod, he went back to school.
Hmm.
So Dylan Raiola transferred to Oregon, and then Dante Moore went back to Oregon, even though he was guaranteed to be a top 10 pick. So, which is just dumb, super dumb. Whoever his agent is just dumb. You're guaranteed a 4-year contract worth $25 million.
Yeah,
What if you
fair.
get hurt? Then you don't get
Yeah.
drafted at all. So and he's raw too, so he might not do good. So it was dumb. But top five,
Is Mendoza going one?
yeah, Mendoza goes one. Raiders have the first pick, so Mendoza's definitely going one. I don't
Right.
know the exact draft order, but I can give you like a top five players in the class if you want. Not
Okay,
that
yeah,
that
yeah,
would
I
be the
like
top
that. Yeah.
five. So
Just two.
Mendoza, Love, Jeremiah Love is a dog, running back. I'd say Ruben Bain. He played for Miami. He really stepped up in the Natty. He looked pretty good. Um, Arvell Reese, Ohio State linebacker. He's really good. And then I'd probably have to give it to Downs, the safety. He is super talented. He just plays a position that is not valuable at all.
Fair.
But yeah, those are kind of the highlight players.
I like it.
No more
Yeah,
football.
not too familiar with anyone coming up. Like it seemed like last year's draft was so much more like out in the news and stuff with Shador
Yeah,
and Genty
yeah,
and Hunter and all that.
yeah. This
But
is a bad draft class. Really, really bad draft
fair.
class.
So shall we go on to the pie next? Is
Yeah,
that the next thing?
let's eat some pie.
Let's do it.
So
I think we're gonna be fairly agreeable on this one.
we're gonna have to be split in percentages though, because
Yeah,
we gotta fill up 100% pie with however many teams we think actually have a chance at a championship. So obviously Colorado is going to get the most amount. But if we give Colorado 50%,
we only
that leaves us 50% for 6, 7 other teams.
exactly
I'm never going to do that again. Um, so I think first let's just write down the teams that we think could win the Stanley Cup.
Yeah, I
So
think this.
Colorado.
Yeah, I think Colorado's obvious. I like Dallas's odds this year.
Yep.
I like Vegas this year.
Yep.
I think Minnesota has a real shot at it this
I like
year.
that.
Well, I'll just let you type.
Yep. Yep. I'm good.
I like Tampa again this
I
year.
agree.
Carolina, I think they could get it done. I think Detroit, I don't know if it's necessarily their year to get it done, but I
Do you
like
want
what
to
they.
put Edmonton in?
Yeah,
I think they
Edmonton.
have to. They have McDavid.
Edmonton for sure.
Okay, who else we got? Pittsburgh, no. Utah, no. Anaheim, no.
Can't really see it being Boston or
Do you
New.
think if Detroit makes the cut? I'm kind of like
That's I
if
could see,
Detroit makes it, it's like a 1% right now, I think.
I could see us leaving them off too. I just said it because they're fifth in the
Yeah.
league. They're humming.
Do we want Detroit and Montreal just at a really low percent?
Yeah,
Because
I
I
wouldn't
think
mind that.
those two teams are definitely the next two, right? Like, unless I'm like, or do you
Because
think the Sharks are better than them?
well, I was gonna say that. Yeah, it's tough because I would. I don't know if I think I would give Anaheim a nod over the Sharks probably in the
Hmm.
West right
But would
now.
you put Anaheim over Montreal or Detroit?
I think I might give them a 1%, like the same, or even half a percent.
Dang, okay.
So
Yeah,
it's
so
kind
let's
of
leave them
tough.
off.
Yeah,
Let's
let's
leave them
leave off
off.
those 1%ers and we'll
So
fill
we're
in.
at 7 teams: Colorado, Dallas, Vegas, Minnesota, Tampa, Carolina, Edmonton.
I'm honestly okay with giving Colorado 50%,
Damn, that's a lot of percent.
like, or even 40. Like, I think I don't see this team losing 7 games. Like, I really feel like this is that 21-22 year all over again. They're just gonna
Yeah,
go and dominate everybody that they
their
meet.
side of the bracket is just so strong. Like
They
they are gonna
do.
play a good team every single, like a conference final team every round.
And then, but that I could see that being once they get through all those teams, because I don't think there's a team that could beat them though. And
Hmm.
then they get to the finals, and I could see it just being an easy
You don't
clean.
think they're gonna get worn out? 7 games every series, possibly. I
I think
mean,
I think the dogs just
maybe we start. Let's start at maybe our worst team
okay.
and just see how we look.
Who do we got? Just a quick rundown.
We got Colorado, Dallas, Vegas, Minnesota, Tampa, Carolina, Edmonton.
Okay, so I think Carolina, I would give Carolina or Tampa. I think.
Yeah, I think Tampa would be my lowest.
Yeah.
So, but here's the thing, right? If we give Colorado 40%, like we can't give Tampa 10.
No, I don't think I have Tampa at 10.
I was gonna give them 5.
Yeah, or even like a 7.
Yeah, 7.5.
Yeah, I could roll with
I
that.
think that's high. I don't know. I
I
don't
do
know
too
if
because
I'm.
they have jumped up the board
Yeah,
because there's hot streak. Like I would say probably like honestly, I think the top 3 teams are West teams, in my
Colorado,
opinion.
Dallas, Minnesota, or Vegas.
Vegas, I would say
Ooh,
I have over Minnesota right now. I just think they're more built for the playoffs. I'm not saying Mitch Marner's playoff proven,
yeah, that's tough.
and I think Edmonton's really downgraded this year. I just don't see them going back to another Stanley Cup final. But then again, you do have McDavid and Draisaitl, who are two
Mm,
of the best playoff point per game players in the NHL history, and then Bouchard's one of the best point per game defensemen in
yeah.
NHL history. So
See, another thing you need to think about though is Tampa and Carolina are the only teams on the one side of the bracket.
we do only have 2 East.
So that ups their chances. Do you know what I'm saying? Like if
Right,
they have less competition to go through, they're naturally going to have an easier time getting to the final.
right. But then that
But
final
they win the
matchup
Stanley
will
Cup for
weigh
sure, for sure.
because then finals matchup's going to weigh a lot heavier on them. I think then because whoever comes out of the West, I just feel like they're going to have such a dogfight getting out.
Yeah.
Like maybe Edmonton might have an easier path this year, depending on how it shapes up. We'll
Hmm.
kind of see just getting out of their division. Like maybe say they get like say they get the one card out of the Pacific, they end up with Utah or something like that. I don't know. We'll see how it kind of shapes up, but
So should we start Colorado at 30%?
I like that.
Like that's high. That is really high
But
for like a team to win the Stanley Cup. If you were to bet your life on these things, right?
dude, I
Like
bet 30% of my
30%.
life savings Colorado winning right now.
Damn. And then I think my next favorite is Dallas, personally.
Yeah, I do. I
Um,
agree. Like I think they also have that grizzled veteran group that's been
yeah,
like even Wyatt Johnston. He's not a veteran per se, but he's been so deep in the
yeah.
playoffs for the last couple of years. I think he's kind of got that veteran presence now.
And Jason Robinson is just a dog too.
And they got Miko this year, who's
Yeah.
more comfortable.
Heiskanen. Yeah.
Yeah, Otter and that.
Yeah. So if we got Dallas at 15, let's say,
Okay.
how do you feel about 15? Is
Well,
that too high, too
why
low?
don't we start just dishing percentages out,
That's what I think.
and then
Initial thoughts.
yeah, we'll
Initial
just
thoughts.
adjust it
Okay,
later.
Dallas, how do you feel? 15?
I like
Is that
leaving them at
okay?
15 for now.
Vegas.
I like Vegas at around close, somewhere around 10, whether it's a little above or a little lower.
Okay, let's start at 10.
I think
Minnesota? Damn, with Tampa.
I think Tampa I have above Minnesota
Wow.
right
I
now.
don't know if that's crazy or if I'm crazy. I might be crazy.
I just think like this is my reasoning on it. I think that if Vasilevsky and Point and Kucherov play like they do in the playoffs and they keep this rolling, I think they like Minnesota just hasn't performed well in the playoffs.
So let's throw Minnesota at 5 for now.
Yeah,
That's cool. Carolina.
this one's really
I think
interesting.
they're the strongest team on their side of the bracket, clearly, is my issue. So
Yeah,
I
I
think
do
getting to the Stanley Cup is going to be not a cakewalk, but it should be easy for them.
I agree. Like even I think last episode when we were doing like that playoff thing, like I think we had Carolina going to the finals,
Yeah.
if I remember correctly.
Mm.
So I think we do both agree that they're easily the strongest team out of the East.
How do you feel about 10?
Yeah,
Is that too high, too low? I think a 10% chance is pretty good for
no, I
Carolina.
like that. I like that.
And then Edmonton. I know you said Edmonton's weak, but I don't know if you can give a percent less than 10 with Connor
I agree.
McDavid.
Yeah, 100%.
I think that
Well, it's just too hard to count them out.
exactly. So percentages right now, we are at, let me just do some math, 30, 60, 70, 85. We're at 85 right now, percent.
And how many teams do we have left?
That's it.
Okay.
So we have to just add percentages to what we think the chances are.
Or we can add teams that we pulled out before too. If we,
No one else is winning.
you don't think Detroit has a
I
chance?
don't think
to
so.
get out of the East?
I don't think they're ready. I
No.
don't think Montreal's ready either. I don't.
An interesting one, Pittsburgh.
No.
No, you don't think
No,
that
no.
Crosby's got one more big push? In?
San Jose?
I think,
Oh.
I think they're too young.
Yeah.
They're just missing some pieces too
Yeah,
bad.
I agree.
Okay, so we can flip these percentages around. I think we're pretty.
I think Colorado at 30 is strong. They're clearing away the best. Do you want to go 35?
Yeah, I don't mind that at all.
I
I
think-
don't mind giving.
I think they're the best team, for sure.
Yeah, I agree. I think it's clearing away right now. They have been on kind of a little bit of a skid.
Yeah, they're just the best. If they get Panarin too, like we
Yeah.
think, or Kadri, I think they're going to be.
And it's so hard to count out the dog. Like he's
Yeah.
just he's a beast in the playoffs.
Yeah. So that leaves us 10%. We got Dallas at 15, Vegas at 10, Carolina at 10, Edmonton at 10, Tampa at 5, Minnesota at 5. How do you feel about Tampa going up to 10?
I think we can move Tampa up. I think one of those other teams that are in the 10 can probably get moved up to like a 12.5 as
True,
well.
true, yeah. We can go up to 7.5 for Tampa,
Yeah,
right? Or would you rather? I think 10 is fair.
yeah, I do too.
I think they're pretty talented, so let's move them up to 10. That leaves us 5 points.
Like I could see going 2.5 to Vegas and 2.5 to Carolina.
Ooh, over Edmonton, hey?
Think just because I think you just got to give a little bit of a nod to the Eastern Conference team, and for some reason I just like this Vegas team this year a little bit better than Edmonton, but it is hard, like you said, to count McDavid
Yeah.
in your eyes.
See, if it was me, I think I'd do 2.5 to Edmonton and 2.5 to Dallas.
Okay,
But
so you got
Dallas at 17.5. But I don't know if they're that much better than those other teams. It's so tough.
Yeah, because that's leaving them 7.
How about you pick one team to give 2.5 to, and I'll pick one? Are you thinking Vegas or Carolina?
I think I would give mine to Carolina probably.
Okay. I like that. I'm gonna give mine to Edmonton. I think
Fair.
I think you can't count out Connor McDavid.
Yeah.
I think. I
And
mean,
hasn't Edmonton played Vegas last few years and dismantled?
yeah,
them?
exactly. I mean, Edmonton always steps up in the play. I mean, McDavid steps up in the playoffs, I guess I should say. But
1.63 points a game in the playoffs.
yeah,
or
it's
something.
crazy.
Fuck.
So this is our playoff pie or Stanley Cup pie, whatever. Colorado, 35%. We think they have a 35% chance to win the Stanley Cup. That seems high, but they're clearing away the best team. So second, we have Dallas at 15. That's my second best team. I think you agree. So,
Yeah.
and then Carolina, Edmonton at 12.5. I think Carolina definitely gets that bump because they are on the other side of the bracket, which gives them a better chance of making the finals and so on. Edmonton, they have McDavid. Can't count them out. They're always good in the playoffs. So, and then Tampa, Vegas at 10%. I think that's pretty good. I think both those teams have talent. They just need to show it more recently. Like they both obviously won cups, but recently they haven't been as good in the playoffs.
Mhm.
And then last but not least, Minnesota Wild at 5%. I think they're the most talented team left, and they're just not as like gelled together.
Just going over our bracket again, do you think we could have gave more a little more love to Minnesota at all?
Yeah, I
Maybe
think if
give
they
them.
do good at the trade deadline, I think they could have.
We'll come back to this more
Yeah,
too.
for sure, for sure. Maybe we take 0.5 away from Edmonton and Carolina, but I don't know. I think that's pretty accurate. I could see
Yeah,
Minnesota being 7.5, something like that.
I
But
like it so far.
yeah, I think that's what we're gonna go with for
I
now.
like
We
it.
can always revisit it.
Mhm.
If after the trade deadline, clearly Colorado picks up Panarin. If Detroit picks up Panarin, they're definitely in this for me personally.
I agree. I think Detroit picking up Panarin, I think boosts them a lot. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I think teams will jump in this based on the trade deadline. I think Montreal could make a big trade, Kadri,
Mhm.
whatever, and I think teams could jump up. I don't think any of these teams are dropping out, barring a big injury, but
Mhm.
I could see some percentages changing pretty easily.
Yeah, 100%.
But yeah, I think that's all we got for today.
Yeah, is there any other interesting news? Anything else that you wanted to talk about?
Uh,
There's one thing that I kind of wanted to bring up. I
yeah, go
forgot
ahead.
earlier. I was listening to a Barrett Jackman on the Spit and Chicklets podcast. Shout out Spit and Chicklets, come on our pod, support us. Barrett Jackman maybe too. But they were talking about the alumni group that they have in St. Louis and how strong the alumni group is. I just thought it was super, super cool. Like apparently they have this like old boys club, so they all go in the morning. They'll have like 3 skates a week. Like so there's like Brett Hall, Tony Twist, like all those legends out there snapping it around, Jackman,
That's
Pronger.
sick.
They have like their own like little locker room things, like alumni group. And apparently there's a stat, I don't know if it's true or not, that they were saying that St. Louis has the highest retained alumni that stays in St. Louis after playing there for I think it was 5 or 6 seasons or something. So I just thought it was really interesting, especially like it doesn't seem like a super attractive team to go to a lot of
Yeah.
times, but yeah, I just thought it was really interesting, and really cool. I think a lot of teams could benefit from something like
Mm-hmm.
that, like something like Detroit too. Like they
Yeah.
seem to get a
Yeah.
lot of their alumni back in. I think it would be really cool to have like an old boys club or something like that.
Yeah, for sure. I didn't know, like, thinking about it now, all the guys on St. Louis seem still tight with St.
Hmm.
Louis. So that's
Like
pretty cool.
like
Yeah.
even the players in the organization, it's like Alex Steen. I think he's the GM there, and
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
or maybe not the GM, but he's got some high role on
Some
there.
sort of scout or something.
Yeah, exactly.
Um, yeah, one thing I wanted to touch on is me and DeAndre went to the gym today,
Mhm.
and I'm dying. My arms and legs are hurting.
With good lift.
DeAndre's jacked. I know you
Oh
can't tell under the hoodie, but one day we're gonna get his shirt off and he'll show you. He'll show
no,
you. He's huge.
no,
Okay,
he's
like not
crazy
huge, but
guys.
he's strong as shit.
No,
Like I was doing his workout and I'm just a little guy, so
we had a good session. It was
yeah,
it
yeah,
was
my
busy
biceps are hurting.
busy in the gym today
Yeah,
actually.
yeah.
We might have to do a little live stream workout or something. Talk about. Oh, that'd be a good session actually. We should do
I'll just embarrass myself.
no in the sauna.
Oh, in the sauna? Yeah, I'm sure the devices would last really good in there. Just
Yeah.
soaked, start sparking. And then we completely diminished our workout by getting McDonald's.
Yeah. Refuel the body.
Yeah, whatever. Hey, we need some fuel for the pod, so
It's also if we have any listeners that aren't in Saskatchewan right now, I don't know if we have any people that are away. If I got some buddies that are down in the States right now in Arizona. Arizona, shout out Kate if you're listening. I don't know if you made it all the way. You had too many beers and passed out through, but it is fucking freezing here right
it
now.
is
It's like
so
it's
cold,
been minus
man.
30 all week, so hasn't been pleasant,
Yeah,
but
yeah, it's been bad.
we're trucking through still.
Yeah.
We got a clue. We just get clues here.
Yeah, we only get clues. We don't get anything else. Um, yeah, I mean, make sure you like, comment, share. It's not hard to do, you know? And like it's free. It's free. You can do it for free. So comment, because I like the comments. You don't have to like it, but I like the comments. I like to see, just say, hey, I watched.
Mhm.
Hey, Chase, you're a bitch, something like that. So, but yeah,
Or give us questions that you want answered.
yeah,
Like
topic, something like that.
something you want us to talk about, something you're interested in. We'll give you shout outs. Come on the pod too if you want to talk about your
Yeah,
team or
if you want to
anything.
come on, let us know. I'm
Yeah,
sure maybe if you're cool,
Yeah, if you got some good opinions on
Yeah,
some
yeah.
stuff, we'll get you on for sure.
So yeah, DeAndre hit the outro, and we're gonna get out of here.
Yeah, thanks for listening. Like Chase said, like, comment, subscribe, share with your friends. We got a Twitter that we're just
Yep.
starting,
Get a
so
clue.
get a clue. Go follow that. Follow our
Instagram.
Instagram. We're gonna get more dialed in on that here. But yeah, until next time, get a clue.
Get a clue.